Hey guys, what is up? It's Reese So back with another video. Today's video is going to be an in-depth guide on how to grow views on Snapchat. I have personally grown over about 5 accounts to 1,000 plus views. The most views I have ever gotten was around 3,700, and I have had personal accounts get thousands of views. So stick around and I'll teach you how you can grow your account to 1,000 views. All right, so let's get into this video. So the first thing when you're growing an account is content. What are you posting on your story? If you're trying to grow an account where you're just posting stuff about yourself, such as a personal account, it is harder to grow one of those accounts, but you can still do it. It is still possible. You just have to have interesting stories and still post things that aren't all about you. Maybe post about where you're going and show where you're going. Show what's cool about where you're going, and people will be interested in viewing your story. Say, share this beautiful view with 10 people to make their day, and this will make people want to share the story. Make sure you type that, and when people hold down and send that blue arrow around, that will help you grow your views, because every time someone clicks on your story, that counts as a view. Now, one thing I must say with this is you must make it so everyone can view your story. I also make it so everyone can contact me, so if anyone has a question about where I'm going, if I don't have them added back, they can still contact me. Now, the next thing you can do is blue arrow for blue arrow. Now, this is an old method, but it still works today, and a lot of people don't know that. I call it blue arrow for blue arrow. I'm sure it has a new name now, but whenever you hold down and send someone's username to 10, 20, 30, 200 people, 200 people is the most you can send at a time, you are then sending their username so they can get added by your friends. Now, if you would do blue arrow for blue arrow, what you'll say is, hey, can you send my username to 10 people, 20 people, and I'll do the same for you. Now, some people don't do the same, it's up to you, it's your choice. You don't have to, but if you do, more people are likely to send your username around. Make sure you ask for proof, ask them to screenshot that they sent it, because if they don't do that, then you might have just got scammed into giving them ads. Now, how do you even send a message like this? Because some people will send messages like, send my username around, I'm trying to get 20,000 views, You gotta do it right. You gotta say, hey, can you send my username around? Act like a normal person. People don't want to talk to someone that's famous. I mean, yes, they do, but if you're just someone that's getting 1,000 views and you think you're famous, no one wants to talk to you. It's just the way it works. Now, the next thing is shout out for shout out. I'm sure many people have heard of this. It's when you mention someone in your story and you get mentioned too. Now, you got to make sure you have a good shout out for shout out picture. Depending on what you're trying to grow, right now I'm doing personal accounts. You want to have a picture of you or a picture of something that defines you and makes you look good, so you are liked by the people that see that post. So what I do is I post a picture of myself trying to look attractive, and then after that I put my views, that I do shout outs, my age, and that I'm single. I then ask people to post that on their story, and everyone who adds me, I add them back. I send that to them. I say, hey, can you post this on your story? And then I remove them. They can still contact me because I have it so everyone can message me. This is also the way it works for blue arrow for blue arrow. When new people add you, you add them back and say, hey, can you send my username to 20 people? After that, just remove them. They'll contact you back if you have it so anyone can contact you. Another thing about blue arrow for blue arrow is when you get 300 ads, 200 ads, you don't want to add them all back at once, because then you'll get locked. Getting locked means that you cannot add people for the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or you cannot remove people. How do you avoid this? Do 30 at a time. Do 30 ads and 30 removes at once. So add 30 people, send a message, remove 30 people, and then after that, wait about 10 minutes and then do 30 again. This way you're limiting what you're doing, and Snapchat doesn't see you as a spam account and you won't get locked. Your account can also get locked, fully locked, meaning that you get logged out and everything. So you want to make sure you do this right. You want to make sure that you're doing this at a good way. Don't spam your story with shout out for shout out. No one wants to see 100 shout out for shout outs. Do 5 to 10 a day at most, because you do not want to do more than that. Still post engaging content and post content that also defines who you are. Now, this is all for personal accounts. If we're going to talk about growing a big page, such as a meme page, make sure you're posting memes and saying, send this to your friends if you think this is funny. It's the same concept, except you want to promote your memes. And also you want to make your meme page named something that is very familiar, I guess the word would be. If you name your page the 101, 202 memes, it's going to be hard to remember. But if you do the 101 memes, it's kind of easy because one-on-one is like a common thing. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this right. Hopefully I am. That goes for the same as your personal account. Make sure your name doesn't have a bunch of emojis, because this then leads into getting the subscribe button, which I'm not going to get into in this video. Now, growing your views, whenever you start getting more views, you'll see that it says other Snapchatters when you go and check who viewed your story. It will show this whenever you have people who you do not have added back or people that have blocked you. Usually when you're getting a lot of views, it's people who you have not added back. You can add these people back, or you can message them trying to get them to send your username around. You cannot message someone first when you do not have them added. Another thing is, whenever you're getting 1,000+ views, you got to remember that these people can see everything you're posting, and screenshots will probably be taken. So don't freak out when you get a screenshot. Don't message people who screenshot your story, because it's just going to start happening. Another thing about the views, when you swipe up and view who viewed your story, you will be able to see who viewed your story, and it will show you 200 people, I believe, or 400 people. It's either 200 or 400, and then it starts saying 200 plus 5 more, 200 plus 1,000 more. Once you reach 1,000, I'm pretty sure it will say 200 plus 800 more. So yeah, it's 200. Show 200 of the last names that viewed, and then plus 800 more. This goes for the same with meme pages. And make sure your memes are decent, that they aren't something that can offend people too much. I mean, you can post offensive memes, but make sure you know that you are posting things that can get reported. I love offensive memes. I think they're funny, but when people report an account, it's very hard to get your account back if it gets completely taken down. I mean, it is possible, but it's very extremely hard. Stick to this for about 7 days of asking people for shoutouts, blue arrow for blue arrow, posting engaging content. And I'd say in 7 days, you'd have 1,000 views. If you do this right, if you do this just like I said and follow the steps through, you'll have about 1,000+ views. And then you can continue to do this. And then you can get shoutouts from bigger accounts that have 500 to 3,000 views. You can say, hey, I get 1,000 views. Do you mind doing shoutout for shoutout? And then you want to start doing shoutout for shoutout with people who have account views that are higher than 500, then 1,000, then 2,000, so on and so forth. Alright guys, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you out a lot. Please let me know in the comments if it did, because I'd love to make more videos like this. Alright, I'll see y'all and peace out.